That is really an interesting question. It's difficult to put it in one word, but performance. Yeah. Performance.
It's amazing, because there's a lot here.
Marvelous, incredible, outstanding.
Stimulating.
Magic. It's a magic place.
The beginning of the theater is, I think, my favorite time. I talked to Donovan Marley, said, "Are you interested in coming to Solvang?" And that's when it all, the snowball started rolling, and the results are these guys that got involved and made it happen. And it was a grand experience all the way around. It was very exciting.
I'm Paul Hamburg, and I had a shoe store here in town, and I got involved because I thought it was a good thing for the community to bring the theater from Santa Maria down here. And so my memory is not as good as Royce's. I can't remember what he said about me, but anyway, it must be right.
I'm Royce Llewellyn. In 1973, in the summer, I was a lawyer practicing law in the town of Solvang. Paul Henberg, my friend here, had a shoe store in Solvang. Bob Raleigh was a teacher and administrator at the Solvang Elementary School. Summer of '73, the tourist business was great. In October, the Arab oil boycott hit. Earl Peterson, architect, had an office up over what's now Mortenson's Bakery. He looked down Copenhagen Drive, didn't see a soul, and thought we needed to do something about this. And he had heard about PCPA, Pacific Conservatory of the Performing Arts. He contacted Donovan Marley. Early in January, on a rainy day, Donovan came down and spent 8 hours with Earl walking around the town. In the meantime, I think Bob had also talked to Donovan and gotten him excited about the possibility of coming.
It took somebody forceful like Donovan to get this theater started in the first place. And then when he heard about the opportunity of having a theater down here, he was extremely excited about it. And of course, it's the folks here who really got busy and got it done.
Part of Donovan Marley's genius was to always envision and kind of ask people for something that wasn't reasonable, but that was kind of beautifully unreasonable. And to say, should this be possible? No. But can we do it? Absolutely.
And good plays can be seen over and over again. They're funny, they're thought-provoking, and they're really well done. And it seems to me that over the years that I've been here, the acting and the singing are just getting better and better.
Every year the board of directors puts on a barbecue and an entire night for families. And these are families that generally either can't afford or for whatever reason don't usually go to the certainly live theater. They bring their kids, and the kids play all over the yard here, and they're just tumbling. And then it's time to go in and see the show after they've eaten. And a few years ago we had Beauty and the Beast. It was brought down by PCPA. And those kids, after all of that activity and everything, went in that theater, and you could have heard a pin drop for an hour and a half. They were just absolutely mesmerized, and that was probably as satisfying of an experience that I had I was with the board of directors.
Brilliance.
Pride.
Doc Parsons, Leonard Parsons, had really been bugging us. He wanted the theater to buy his lot on 2nd Street. We went out, took a drive around the town and thought, you know, that site that Leonard's offering us, pretty good site. We could start from scratch and build a theater there.
The physical work itself to build a theater space in 58 days is absolutely astonishing. I mean, just to get the construction to happen.
When we were doing the construction, like out here, we had the walls built for the bomb in the back, and it was all open, and then the benches were going up, but it had to all be backfilled. And so we were hauling gravel out here and dumping it in the middle of the street, blocking that,
the road.
and then bringing a loader in through the back part here and dumping everything up into this. And, you know, they wouldn't let you do all that now. What we did is originally they built up the dirt in here underneath all the seating, all the way around. And then then they cut it away on the back part. And then we put in block walls, and there's 2 block walls, and there's a tunnel that runs full distance all the way around. And that's your vomitorium, feeds these 2 entrances here onto the stage. And so we did that until we got all the way back down in here to the stage area, and then the stage area here was the last part that we poured.
He apparently was there every day. And when the construction workers would arrive, Donovan would be there having slept in his car.
We set it up that we took all the tradespeople and subcontractors to Santa Maria to see what was happening up there, what was counting on us finishing this, getting this up to a certain point where they could have shows. And that, you know, it probably increased our production by at least a third.
There was really an integration of the loading in of the theater equipment and ultimately the set while construction was still going on, because of course it was they were already in rehearsal for these plays when this building that they were going to produce them in began getting built. I mean, that's what's so amazing, is sets and costumes and plays and performance were getting rehearsed at the same time that this building was getting built, and that's what's astonishing. So they were loading in theatrical lighting equipment while they were still framing out the space. I love this. You can see the guy climbing the pole, hanging lights for a coming production. You know, and this is the theater is still being constructed. It's fantastic.
The people that volunteered and helped and put their heart and soul into it, you know, to get there, just even in that first summer, was terrific, because we started in June, middle of June, and we opened on the 8th of August. And it would have been impossible to do any other place, I think, other than here.
That afternoon, we had a big Rice-A-Gill party that everybody in the valley attended. It was great because we had green concrete, but we had the Danish dancers dancing on stage and the wreath up above and refreshments for anybody that showed up. It was great. It's a good thing that Erling and I were as young as we were, because we didn't realize that what we were about to do probably wasn't supposed to be accomplished. It's a time that I don't think either one of us would trade in our lives, because of it was exciting and stressful and fulfilling and all those things all combined together. We got to know a lot of people in the process that have been lifelong friends. One time I remember him looking at me and saying, you know, if we don't finish this, we're going to have to leave town.
It's true.
A glorious treasure.
Erling and Sue Poles, Bob Raleigh, Earl Peterson, Judge Llewellyn, Royce Llewellyn. You know, they thought it really important to bring art to our community. Not only because there was an economic benefit, but they also saw it as an important aspect to expanding who our community is. You know, bringing art to the community for them was a pretty big deal. And so all these people got together and said, well, let's build a theater. And they located a piece of property and they did it.
Well, I think live theater tells a story. The great literature of the world is available for us and our kids. The great music of the country and the world is ours to come see. And the people here in the town made that happen in the valley. They caused it to happen, and I think that's an absolutely wonderful thing.
I tell people that we were really lucky to live through this experience, because in that small time span, in this little town, it was like a little Camelot.